respected Chairman Sir and delegates of the WPA meeting. At the outset, I'll thank the organizers for the definition of spirituality and explain it in detail. There is a difference between spirituality and religiosity. Religiosity is participating in particular beliefs, rituals and activities of traditional religion. It can serve as a nurture or channel for the spirituality, but it's not synonymous with spirituality. Spirituality is more basic than religiosity. It's a way of life. Spirituality is needed for the treatment of not only in the religious patients, but in all the patients. Researchers like Andrew Newberg and Waxman have claimed that biological bases of spirituality exist in medial prefrontal cortex, posterior superior parietal lobe, temporal lobe, and limbic system. WHO speaks about spirituality. In 1998, WHO reported that health professionals are not treating only the material body of the patients, the well-being of elements such as faith, hope and compassion in the healing process can never be overlooked. Now question here is whether psychiatry needs spirituality or not. As per the research reports, psychiatrists as a professional group are not particularly religiously inclined. Psychiatry has a history of ignoring, being in conflict with, and attacking religion and dismissing spiritual experiences as universal obsessional neurosis, ego regression, pathological thinking in need of modification, and a sign of emotional imbalance. To understand whether psychiatry needs spirituality or not, we'll have to examine what we mean by the term mental health. Mental health is not merely absence of disease, but also a state of harmony within the individual and between the individual and the environment outside. This means we are talking in spiritual terms. The extensive research of Harald and David indicates that there is a positive association between religion, spirituality, and mental health. Its health benefits includes increase of life expectancy by decreasing the risk of heart disease, dyslipidemia, cancer, pain, and depression. Spirituality reframes mental health problems potentially in positive ways. It enhances coping, facilitates social integration and support, and establishes a perceived relationship with divine other. The above findings suggest that psychiatrists should take spirituality seriously. Friends, today we'll discuss about a great epic and its value in the mental health, not only for a particular religious group, but for the mankind. Bhagwat Gita is universally renowned as the jewel of India's spiritual wisdom, spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. The Gita's 18 chapters comprising of 700 verses provide a definitive guide to the science of self-realization. Many philosophers, saints, and knowledgeable personalities of the world have recommended about Bhagavad Gita. Mahatma Gandhi said Gita is a ray of hope in the depressive state. Ralph Waldo Emerson says it's a speaking empire. Bhagavad Gita teaches us a science of life and art of living. Bhagavad Gita means a song celestial. If you imbibe the message of Bhagavad Gita, it brings about the music of life. Today, there are so many conflicts, discords, stress and strain within the individual as well as in the society. The problem is, there is no real cheer or enthusiasm to go out and work in the day-to-day activities. We look forward for getting away from our activities. As for example, we look forward for the Saturday afternoon rather than Monday morning. Many people have wrong notion that they get peace and rest by getting away from the occupation. According to Vedanta, intense work is rest. If you cannot rest in dynamic activities, you cannot find rest in taking off from the work. The art of taking rest is by performing activities. We often feel boredom, tired and fatigued, not because of activities, but because of wrong mental attitude and negative mental disposition towards work. Why we experience stress and strain, worries and anxieties? Gita preaches that. The problem is not in the outside world, but it is in the attitude and approach to the world. We get terribly attached, obsessed with our own mind, body, intellect and ego. That causes suffering. When we get attached or obsessed with anything that belongs to us, whatever happens to the object also happens to us. What's necessary is to keep a distance and continue to do our duties rather than running away from the duty. Bhagwat Gita gives solution to overcome stress and strain, anxiety and depression. So it's a book of psychotherapy. Bhagwat Gita, a symbolic representation of the common human conflict, is a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The Kauravas and Pandavas, though they are cousins, they are the rival forces. The Pandavas were the righteous lot and Kauravas were the unrighteous lot. Arjuna, the commander-in-chief of the Pandava, having his friend and mentor Krishna as charioteer, is faced an intense psychological turmoil when placed in the predicament of having to kill his own kith and kin in